Welcome to Departmental Accounting. By the end of this topic, you should be able to define departmental organizations, identify reasons for preparing departmental accounts, apportion expenses and ancillary incomes to departments using appropriate basis, prepare departmental statements of profit and loss and other comprehensive income in columnar form. Identify factors to consider before the closure of loss-making department and draft statements of financial position. Let me first define what are departmental organizations. These are profit-making organizations that operate various sections. Meaning to say, if an organization operates many departments, it is called a departmental organization. For example, B&B Retail in the table below shows that it operates the furniture department, the hardware department, and the grocery department. Meaning to say that separate accounts for the furniture department have to be prepared, as well as for the hardware department and for the grocery department. But why do organizations prepare departmental accounts? These reasons do include to calculate the profit or loss made by each department, 2, to measure department performance, and as a basis of remuneration of managers in each separate department. Now, let us look on the final accounts which are prepared by departmental organizations. 1. The trading profit and loss account for a departmental organization is similar to the one of a sole trader, with the exception that a separate trading profit and loss account is prepared for each department in columns or in columnar form. In columnar form, it means that for each separate section or department, we are going to have columns. 2. The statement of financial position is also prepared. However, it is important to note that this statement of financial position is prepared for the entire or for the whole organization. In the trading profit and loss account, expenses have got a special treatment. This special treatment is referred to as allocation and apportionment of overheads. Now let us explore more about allocation and apportionment of overheads. Expenses given separately for each department are directly allocated to specific departments. This is known as overhead allocation. By definition, overhead allocation is the charging of expenses or all cost items to a specific cost center. And expenses given as a whole are split or shared among various departments on a fair and equitable base. This is what we refer to as apportionment of overheads or apportionment of expenses. When you are given a whole cost item for all departments, it has to be shared sometimes, and this process is known as apportionment. Now, we said that the expenses need to be apportioned on a fair and equitable basis. Let us look on the overhead and a suitable base of apportionment. Sales expenses such as advertisement, bad debts, carriage outwards, sales commission, sales manager salary, discount allowed, provision for doubtful debts are apportioned using sales made by each department or made by each separate section which are under one business. Fixed expenses such as repairs, insurance, rent and taxes, heating are apportioned in accordance to the space which is occupied by each section. Machinery expenses such as depreciation. This depreciation is depreciation of machinery or machinery depreciation. Repairs to machinery, insurance on machinery is apportioned on the basis of value of machinery. Electricity expenses such as lighting and heating are preferably apportioned using meter reading or the number of light points, even though the space occupied is also quite relevant for the apportionment of such expenses. Insurance expenses such as building insurance, plant and machinery insurance are apportioned in accordance to area occupied or the value of machinery. So we are saying that the building's insurance is apportioned in accordance to the area occupied, and plant and machinery insurance is apportioned in accordance to value of machinery. It is important to note that the basis of apportionment should be expressed as a ratio as given in the question directive. So a candidate has to find the basis of apportionment in the question. Managers' commission. In some organizations, managers may be entitled to a commission on the profit made by each separate section or made by each separate cost center. In order to arrive at the profit figure, each department needs to subtract manager's commission, if any. If there is no commission, there is no need to subtract. But if commission is there, it has to be subtracted. Now, let us find how we can calculate manager's commission. Manager's commission is calculated as the percentage of commission divided by 100 plus the percentage commission times the department profits before commission. Let us exemplify this by a means of an example. Zenda Retail operates two departments, butchery and grocery. The profits for the two departments were 200,000 and 260,000 respectively. Meaning to say, butchery had profit of 200,000 and grocery had profit of 260,000. Department managers are entitled to a 5% commission on the profit made by each department. This brings into light that departmental accounts are very important in the calculation of manager's commission, making it relevant for a reason as a basis of calculation of remuneration, among other reasons for preparing departmental accounts. The question reads as follows. Calculate the profit after deducting commission for each department. Let's begin by the butchery department. The commission percentage here is 5% divided by 100 plus the percentage commission, which is 5% again, times 200,000 being the profit before commission. 200,000 is the profit before commission. So we have to subtract the commission from that figure. The common denominator becomes 105 after adding 100% plus the 5%. And we are getting a total of 9,524,000. Therefore, the profit is equals to 200,000 minus 9,524,000, giving a profit of 190,476,000. Now, the grocery department. Commission is equal to 5 over 100 plus 5 again, times 260,000, profit before commission. The commission is 61,905. Now the profit is 260,000 minus the commission of 61,905 to give a profit figure of 198,095. In some circumstances, a section can operate a loss. However, it has to be considered if it is of significance to close such a department. In order to consider that, there are some factors which come into existence. Now, let us look at these factors. Factors to consider before closing an unprofitable department. 1. The fairness of the apportionment of expenses or overheads. Sometimes the ratio at which the expenses have been apportioned can be unfair. Maybe sometimes by charging more expenses to that loss-making department, making it a factor to consider before closing that loss-making department. 2. Contribution made by a loss-making department to other departments. Overheads of other departments will increase if not shared among many departments. Also, the department under the consideration of closure might be attracting clients for other departments, becoming it a factor to consider before closing or shutting down that loss-making department. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.